morning, everyone. Welcome to It's Not the Morning Coffee or Tea Show. That will be back next week, actually. We'll be back in full force next week, same time, 9 Central in the morning. Today's same time, but different show, Rival Bros. We kind of like skipped. I mean, we're supposed to do this on Tuesday or Wednesday, but we figured with the game coming up, it has to be done. It should be done. I'm your host, Timucin, over here, and my brother Edip with the United jersey with a nice view of the Bosphorus behind. You wish.
Yep. Yeah. Well, I wish actually it's a great day today, so it doesn't look this good, but it looks good in any weather. It's Istanbul.
It is Istanbul, yes. We were okay. So obviously the big game is this weekend. A lot riding on it. Coming from an international break is kind of like weird before a game like this. But so, what is your overall mood going into this?
I don't want to be hopeful.
You
Uh,
don't want to be hopeful. Are you
I don't
hopeful?
want to be hopeful. There are signs to be hopeful, to be honest.
From us or from you?
I think both ways. And coming from the international break, it can go anywhere because most of the surprises happens the week
Yeah.
after this. So that is a hopeful sign. United is definitely the underdog here. So especially after the score last season. So uh, I think it will be. We will try to be a tight defensive team that will try to get out and score on the counter, and it will be happening in and around the United goal. I think that is the kind of game that I expect. And if we can go through the first half an hour, make some possession going and have a few chances, even score a goal, then we could frustrate Liverpool because apart from maybe Salah, your guys are not up to speed at the moment.
Well, I mean, Mo
Well,
is not
there
up
are
to
there are a
speed.
lot of there are a lot of guys that are not up to speed at the moment. Let's say that.
Here's the thing, though. Like a month ago, I can kind of see it being where Liverpool will be the favorites. And the odd thing is, so like with I mean, first time in a long time. I mean, you guys are more used to this, but like losing 3 in a row is kind of
Yeah.
like a shock to the system. So, first time in a long time for that. And, but I don't know. That's kind of makes me nervous in some way because we
Mm.
don't know what we're going to get. But in an odd kind of way, I think I'll be more nervous if we were on a hot winning streak and this was like almost like done and over with on paper and stuff like that, because those games are more dangerous. So Liverpool being a huge question mark right now, is that a good thing or a bad thing as far as like you're concerned?
Um, that's why I said I don't want to be hopeful because I don't think that represents anything with regards to this game. Um, if we sort of look at it, Liverpool would all be more focused around this game because of this sort of losing streak,
Yeah.
and they will be more focused. They will be more concentrated. They will be more um, with more ambition to win this game, to get out of this streak, and sort of chase the clouds away. And United game is the perfect one for that because if this
Yeah.
was just another game, wherever United is, we will always be rivals. So a United win will chase the clouds away. So either way, I don't think that's an advantage or a disadvantage. I'm more concerned about the way that we have conducted ourselves up to the point where the international break, and now how we return from the last game, which was reasonable sort of, um, I think, reasonable performance.
Kevin is right.
Um,
I do. I mean,
I was
really,
here.
it
I
doesn't
was
have
here
anything to do
first.
with the parents,
I
really.
was here first, Kevin. I'm sorry. So
I mean,
it's
I don't know how that makes a
yeah.
difference,
Well,
but
I,
okay.
I I was here way before him. Uh, and the Satanic team. Well, we had many years of good wins,
Ah,
and
those were the days. Those were the days.
Liverpool. So it will change again, as you would know.
We were
You
actually
it would
that.
because the thing is, we always do this program on Tuesday, right? Like
Yeah.
Tuesday. Uh, this week, I understood the Liverpool side is really. We say why I don't know how why we say it 3.5.
Oh, the Turkish, and then yet another Turkish
Turkish
saying. I
saying
have no
three and
idea
a half.
where the
Yeah,
three and a half
three and
comes
a
from.
half is means like you're scared. So I think you have your doubts as well. With this game, it can either be out of the clouds,
Yes.
or if you lose this, then it will be an important loss. So that's the risky part.
Yeah, I mean, I think it is in some ways it's a good game to have, and you go out there and you have like a good performance, a nice win. Yes, coming from the international, but you can kind of say that was just a blip. We're back.
Yeah,
I'm let me take a look real quick what we got going afterwards. But I think we have Brentford afterwards. I want to say.
yeah,
I mean,
I
obviously
think
we
so.
have Frankfurt midweek, and then we have Brentford afterwards. In terms of schedule, Brentford away, and then Villa at home. Before
Mhm.
we go into the Real Madrid and like City mess. But yeah, I think in that sense, it comes as a good game. I think it would be, I don't know, if it was like home against Villa, for example, would that be better in some ways? I'm not sure. I mean, the problem I think for Liverpool fans right now is there's so many question marks. We don't know what we have right now, and we don't know what's going to change. I am really hopeful with these international breaks in terms of something's changing tactically. Because I mean, a lot of what we're doing just doesn't make sense to me in some ways tactically. So hopefully those will be changed. And from winning in the last minutes, you went to losing in the last minutes. So I like, which one is which, right? When we were winning in the last minutes, everybody was like complaining. But then when you lose in the last minutes, everybody's still complaining. So it's just like you can't. So I don't know which, like, are you good? Are you not good? I don't know. I don't know if any Liverpool fan is comfortable where we are right now. For you guys, it's always up and down. So it's just a
Yeah,
matter of who's going to show up. The
yeah.
fact that it's at Anfield, I think, is one thing that kind of has me a bit more comfortable. I think this would be a tough game to go to Old Trafford as.
Uh, Yes, for your point of view, yes. From my point of view, I would say I would have preferred to play this at Anfield, because
Really?
we would be looking at the defense a lot more carefully. Because if it was Old Trafford, we would be looking to score. The fans would urge the team forward and everything. So
That's true.
this has to be a compact game. We know from experience that the back four is never ready. We On top of that, we have lost Martinez, so we need
Again? Or
everybody.
he never came back?
He didn't come back, did he?
Oh, I was
So
gonna say, like when you said he's lost, I was like, when was he back?
as
Because
a,
he's gone
as a
again.
season start, I mean, if you look at it, Martinez would be there in your first 11. So
Probably, yeah.
we're missing him. So we have Delict, or probably we will have, I don't know, the big head, as you say.
Yes, slabhead, we like to call him.
Yeah,
But
well, I mean, if he was, if Martinez was there, I would be a little more comfortable. But we would need the whole team defense on this one. So Anfield would be a lot better to concentrate on that, unless you score early. Unless you score early. then
Yeah,
that would
I feel
be
like if we do score early and Anfield gets going, this could be yet another one of those games where
yeah.
we kind of like put them to the sword. And, that might be, I mean, that's like the ideal case scenario. I just don't know what to expect out of this game. I don't know how confident the team is. I mean, when they were winning, you had that, they're so confident that they know they're going to win kind of a deal. I don't know if this week has shaken them up or they're like, nah, they realize that it's just it was just a week and we're back in action kind of thing. So maybe the international break, I mean, did you think, at least for Liverpool, the international break came at a good time or a bad time?
I think a good time. A break is always good, but all the players that went away, they didn't have too many good games, did they? I
No,
didn't
actually,
follow
all had good games.
really.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
Georgian
Sorry,
keeper did.
sorry to report.
No,
But
the Georgian keeper didn't, did he?
I mean, what
Uh,
is he gonna do?
he,
I
he
thought he
considered he
actually.
considered three from Turkey. Isaac didn't have a good game. They lost at home. I don't know what they are doing actually. Well, I don't know
Sweden
what
just looks
Sweden is
terrible.
doing.
But I mean, Gakpo had a good session. Obviously, Mo actually had like a good time.
Yeah.
Let's see. I mean, the Dutch did decent. So like Gravenberg actually only played 45. Slot was saying today that he will be fit, so he will play. Konate was sent home early.
Yes.
So he is more of a doubt, but he's supposed to practice today. And then, so hopefully he will be able to go this weekend. And I would not really mind seeing Gomez over there anyway, over Konate, because Konate has been a little poor over the last. I mean, he's been up and down, but mostly poor, I would say, like over the last month or so. But no, overall, I mean, I don't know, like Mamardashvili, can you really, having seen both games? I mean, the game against Spain, if it wasn't for Mamardashvili, that was a massacre waiting
Yeah.
to happen. He was kind of standing on his head. And honestly, against us, I don't know, like were there moments where you were like, oh, he should have saved that? I mean, we kind of
Uh,
peppered them in some ways where.
yeah, I know. But he looked like any ordinary keeper. He's not Ali, is he? No.
Oh, he's
Let's
not
be.
Ali. I mean, but I mean, we always say this though. We said this about Kelleher when he was playing. That's a really, really high freaking bar to
Yeah.
say he is not Ali. Because Ali, I mean, you can, sit down and debate, but he's in the top three. He's one for some, two for others, three for others, but he's definitely in the top three goalkeepers in the world. So to say he's not Ali is fair, but probably not fair to him because like the
No,
bar is
no.
like so high. But I think the only thing that I was kind of shocked is how he does not come out as much as I kind of expect him to, especially in the Turkey game, where the guy his size, I would like him to come out more and like kind of like command the box and get some of those like set piece goals that we got on him. But I think that's how they defend, because really we did the same thing in the Euros against them. Like
Yeah,
Mary has like scored like 3-4 goals against them now.
correct. I don't know if you had a keeper, you would like him to come out, wouldn't you? I mean, if you are the coach.
Especially his size.
Yeah. So is it because his coordination is bad? You just keep it there, sort of thing. If is he told to be
That's
in?
like, I mean, is that how they're defending? Because I
Yeah.
have not seen that when he played for Liverpool. I really
Okay.
noticed it in the national game. I did not really notice that when he plays for Liverpool. We're like, oh, he doesn't come out
Mm,
or anything like that. So
mm,
it could be how they're defending. It could be his faith in the guys in front of him. There could be
could
like a
be.
lot of things over there. Like these guys can defend it. Like let me stay into line and I can save whatever header is coming my way, kind of a deal. But yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I didn't look at it and say, oh man, he had a really tough time, kind of a deal. I almost feel like he's gonna go back and be like, thank freaking God, decent team in front of
I'm
me.
back. It could be. No, the thing about this game is, we have talked about this before in the past episodes. United at its time, or Liverpool, especially last season, uh, you would go there and you would think there's no way in hell we are going going out of here alive.
Yeah.
And now the 3 games, I think the United squad or Omarim is looking at this game and say, why not a fourth one?
Yeah, but that's actually better for Liverpool. I'd rather have that.
I think so. Okay.
I'd rather have a United who thinks they can open up and kind of like attack and
No,
stuff like
not.
that. You know what I mean?
They would definitely know not to open up. I hope. But
Well, yeah, well, you hope, but you know what I mean? Like, you kind of like, I wouldn't mind us like kind of like hustling them a little bit in that sense where there is that belief that, hey, we can kind of come and get something over here and maybe open up a little bit and think a bit too attacking, because that would kind of like help us more than them saying, hey, let's hang on for dear life. Whatever we get,
yeah,
kind of a
I
thing.
don't think Amarim likes to play that game, all out attack game, at all. To be honest, I
No.
don't know if it's the players that he has. I mean, nobody that came in, the last 3 at least, they, even if they wanted to play all out attack, like you guys were playing a couple of seasons back or 3 seasons back.
Mhm.
Uh, Now you're not playing that either, to be honest.
I don't know what we're playing right now, to be honest with you. It's kind of like a
Mm.
little confusing to me where I feel like that's why there's no balance in midfield, because it does feel like the midfield's a bit more attacking, but the back line is not. It's like you have Kirkes and them like not pushing up as much as you would think they would, but then you have Gravenberg, especially this season, pushing up a lot more than he did in the past. I don't know if the concept was for those backs to kind of cover Gravenberg instead of what we used to do in the past, where you had Fabinho and Henderson cover Robertson and Trent pushing up.
Yeah,
So I don't know if we're doing like the reverse of that almost, like you push Gravenberg and stuff up, and then you hope your backs can kind of cover them. But it's definitely not working, and I think that's kind of like the deal. I just don't see that balance. Number one, and two, when we sign all these guys, the hope. I mean, we signed so much speed.
yeah,
We all thought, oh, okay, we're kind of going back to bombing backs, and they're not, even though we have the backs who have more speed to bomb up and down. So, but I don't know, this international break, we come back from it with some tweaks. I'm kind of like going for that, like trying to still figure out how to get the most out of Wirtz and how he fits. And that's probably the big question, is who's going to be in midfield going against. I think the
yeah,
front 3, I assume it would be Ekitike. I mean, I guess Ekitike or Isak, I guess, would not matter either way. I would rather have the Ekitike because I feel like our pressing is better right now with Ekitike up top. And then you can always bring Isak in afterwards. But the midfield is the big question. Who wouldn't you want to face in midfield? Let's ask that way.
who would I like is a better question, I think. But
Or yeah, like who kind of like who you would rather see and be like, oh, this is good. We have a shot now.
yeah, I think Wits isn't working for you. So he uh, the thing is, when somebody comes in with a lot of expectation, and that in confidence creeps in, uh, both from the teammates and probably himself. Am I not the fit guy for here? And I think Witz is living through that.
You think it's with teammates though? Because the teammates, see, I feel like it would be less with teammates. Fans, yes,
Fans definitely, but the fans
but
don't understand
with
anything.
teammates, you see so much at practice. So if somebody is ridiculously good at practice, then you're
Hmm.
like, we just got to figure it out. I mean, there is no way this is not going to work, kind of a deal. As
No,
a
exactly.
player, like when you're practicing, and if somebody's really good at practice and then they're not as good in the game, you're like, we just got to figure it out, because like I know the guy we see in the matches is not the guy I see at practice. Just got to find a way to get those guys on the same
Yeah,
page.
but it goes back to what you have been saying. There is less and less time to work it out. Uh, a
Yes,
lot of
I really
impatience
think
going
we're
on.
kind of the rebuild season we thought was going to be last year, like
And
from
this is
top to
this is it.
slot change, is almost happening this year because there's so many new players. So the change in manager was not as drastic of a change as the change in players, because there's a lot of like new players out there. And I think, everybody's like going around now the guys who left are like a lot more valuable and stuff like that. Whereas, I don't know, it's like typical fandom. I think like when we were in the winning streak, nobody was like, oh, I wish we had Diaz now. But now it's like, oh, I wish we had Diaz. I really do think, though, that our press up top has really, really gone down, which exposes, I mean, that's United's problem, right? I mean,
That
has
is
been
my
for
problem as well.
years, where
Yeah.
it doesn't matter who you have in midfield and defense. If you're
No.
not defending from the top, you're always going to throw them under the bus.
Because what you said earlier, I mean, you got speed in the team, or you got players that would bring you more speed. United has been doing that for years. Fenerbahce has been doing that for years. It's not enough to just get a fast guy in there. Not anymore, anyway. Because as you say, I mean, if you are especially a team that plays for championship, you will not have the patience to sit back and get through balls for the fast guys to run after. So
Yeah.
you have to press high and get the ball back as soon as possible to sort of use those guys' speeds to go and score. So it's not like a counter team.
Yeah, but I mean, in terms of speed, see, Kevin says he misses Diaz. I think Diaz would be very valuable right now. I'll be honest with you. With his energy and stuff on the left-hand side, he might have been a better duo with Kerkez. Having said that, it's not fair to play, Monday morning quarterback, because when we sold him with his age and the money we got for him, that was a good deal for all those involved. So it's like it's done and over with. But with the speed thing, I'm more talking about if you have a Frimpong or a Kerkez, there's a bigger threat of that overlap. That overlap is scarier. Because if you don't act on it right away, the guy is gone. Like Frimpong is gone if you don't act right away. So that fear affects how you're going to play the left winger, the right winger, and stuff too. And I really thought, Mo would have a lot more space for him because of that fear of like having Frimpong running behind and stuff like that. We just have not seen that yet. Because honestly, I mean, probably Frimpong performance-wise, aside from the Champions League game, has been probably like the poorest. That I mean, he started at like the game against Palace in the Community Shield was good, but then ever since then, I mean, some of the games it just looks like Fred at Fenerbahce. It looks like the strength of a 10-year-old at times.
Did he play in Istanbul? 90 minutes. Did he?
Not 90, but he did play in Istanbul. I mean, look, he's dangerous on the ball because he can kind of, like I say, kind of take you to the line, and he has that speed. It's just a matter of, we always talk about this though, like, working those duos and the relationships to be able to do well. The Sadio Mane Robertson thing, you got to be able to build that with Gakpo and Kerkez and stuff, like the overlaps, who's going to cut in, how that's going to work, when you're going to drop back to protect the other guy, when you're not going to, and stuff like that. So that's going to be, I think, some growing pains. It's going to keep going, I think. I don't think, one international break, you move pieces on the board and everything gets fixed.
No, the thing is, how many people actually stayed behind at this international break to work these through?
I don't think it's a matter of like, look, I think these guys, we kind of like, I think, exaggerate that a little bit, where like they don't have to do it at practice to know it, right? Because these guys basically
the manager should solve it in his head, you mean?
First. Yes, I think it's a matter of, okay, what are we gonna do? Let's go back to the drawing board. Like, what can we do? Watch some tape. Like, what are we doing wrong? What are we gonna do and stuff like that. So when the boys come back, I think these guys are professional enough and experienced enough. Yes, you will get better at it as you do more. But if I go and give Kerkez, hey, here's what I want you to do, I think you get that. He's not going to be like, well, we never practiced this. Like he's just going to be like, okay, like that's fine. Like I do. When that happens, I do the overlap. That will get better and more natural. But he always talks about, like you go out there and you're doing a build-up play, right? And you don't know what let's say United is going to do. But, these guys know that, okay, if the other team is pressing like this is what we do. If this team does this. So if A happens, this is what happens in B and stuff like that. So they already know that. I think it's a matter of figuring out, okay, you drop back when you see this happens and all that kind of stuff. So I think it's more tactical than, like practicing it. I'm not saying practicing it would not help it, but I think a lot of this is in slots trying to figure out how the pieces fit the best.
I'm not sure about that though. I'm not sure. I agree with the professional attitude. They will listen to something, and unlike some of the players that we have in Turkey, they understand what the manager wants, exactly what he wants. So it doesn't come to, what did I tell you? That sort of thing. Yeah. So it's like the under 16s or something like that. But the practice parts, I think you are a little bit sort of belittling, because the guys from the across team, they are a Premier League team. They might be sucking at the moment, but it is Manchester United. So anything that you cannot perform, any change that you sort of not practice well enough, would create a space, and there are players there to punish it.
Oh yeah,
I think
I'm not saying like
that is what
practice is not
happened.
going to improve it, but I think
No,
it's not like, oh, we didn't practice it, so we can't do
no.
it. I mean,
But
that was something like Klopp would say though, like, yes, we haven't practiced that, so
yeah,
we can't do it and
yeah.
stuff.
Plus,
But that was Klopp. That's why Fabinho didn't play for months. I think there
yeah,
was a lot of like, do I trust you to do this? Slot is not as much like that.
no.
He's more like, like he throws a tactic. And that's why I think you see tactics change a lot more mid-game with Slot than you did with Klopp. I mean, we didn't change as much
Exactly.
tactically. It was more like energy levels and stuff like that. Whereas Slot mid-game at halftime can say, just a little tweak, but it changes the entire game kind of deal.
That's the thing, though, isn't it? I mean, the game you lost against Galatasaray, for example, I think that's what happened there. He tried to change something, and the players didn't respond well to it, and Galatasaray punished you. And that's and after a while, you couldn't go back to the usual game that you usually play.
So I don't
You
put that on the
started with
Galatasaray game. Chelsea game, yes. Maybe you're confusing the game.
Szoboszlai started right back.
But he's done that like, freaking like 3-4
Yeah,
times this season.
yes, but was that the ultimate solution for the Galatasaray forwards, you think?
But you're talking about the starting 11. No, that was like a bad move, for example, to put
It is, isn't
Szoboszlai
it?
on Barish.
No,
But
even
that's
if
like the
that's what I'm
beginning of the
saying.
game.
If you move something and then try to get it back, unlike Klopp, then you have a hard time readjusting, especially at the level that you're playing. I think the same
Oh
is
yeah.
happening with United as well. I mean, Amorim is trying things. This didn't work. Let's try this. And until the players get used to who's getting who or who's running into where, that sort of thing, you lose that game. And Amorim sits again and says, that didn't work either. But that didn't work because you weren't actually performing it well enough, player-wise. That is the thing that, especially at this level. I mean, if Liverpool was playing like Grimsby, for example, you could get away with it. Let's say.
Yes.
But United even couldn't get away with that. Think about that.
No, that's fair. I think
Yeah.
the deal is, I'm more talking about mid-game adjustments. I thought the Chelsea game was the example. I thought the adjustments he did in the Galatasaray game worked. I mean, let's face it, Galatasaray just sat back, and that you were always going to be vulnerable as it throw in more and more like attacking players and stuff. In the Chelsea game, it just got out of control for a little bit. It felt like where it's like who's playing where kind of thing. Josh is on. Josh, what's going on, man? An AC Milan fan. 3 major injuries. Oh, really? I have not followed the injury aspect of the. So the question is, will it ever improve? Are things bound to get worse and worse? I have bad news. it's going to get worse and worse
Yeah,
because
I
money
agree.
is still being made regardless of injuries.
Yeah, and there are a lot of games these guys have to play for a season, and I don't know who's going to stop this. As Tim says, it's the money, but at some point, and we have seen this through the years. Mourinho was talking about it, Klopp was talking about it, Guardiola talks about it all the time, blah blah. But when will it be just managers complaining and that stuff and say this is seriously affecting the money that we're earning? I think that will be the measure. If the money they are earning goes down, as Tim says, then they will change this. If not, as long as they're
Will it
making money.
go down though? I just don't see it going down. I don't know. I mean, who got injured, Josh? I'm not. I know. I don't know who got injured, but if let's say I don't know, like Pulisic or somebody got injured, um, which I don't know even if he played much. Really, I don't think he did. I know he's not one of them. I don't think. But anyway, like there's going to be somebody else there. So people, AC Milan fan is still going to watch and support and pay
Yeah,
for like the AC Milan game. I mean, I know, and the problem is they're not going to get any sympathy from fans,
no,
right? I
no,
mean, whenever players complain, right or wrong, they're not getting any sympathy from fans because
no.
we
You're
all look at
earning
it like you make
millions.
what I make in 3 years in 1 week. Get your ass out there and play, kind of a deal, right?
Exactly. Yeah, yeah,
So that's you're not going to get much sympathy from fans. The only thing would be it would have to be a lot of injuries,
yeah,
and the squads are getting deep. Like we're not solving the problem by like adjusting the schedule or the workload or whatever. The adjustment has been squads being deeper because that injury is going to happen now. It is taken as a fact that the injury is going to happen, or that guy can't play Wednesday and Saturday. So you have to have a deeper squad. That's that they probably figured that problem solved. Just have a
yeah.
deeper squad.
The deeper squads will have to be almost equal to the first 11, and the deeper it goes, the more costly it becomes. So
Yeah.
only the rich guys actually can stand
What does
on
that
to.
sound like? What does
Yeah,
that sound like headed our way? Sounds like
yeah,
a super league to me. Because
yeah,
I mean, not only that, I mean, it lowers the level of all the other teams and the leagues because these guys have to stockpile more talent now because they got to be able to rotate and stuff. So yeah, unfortunately, I know that's probably not what Josh wanted to hear, but it's only going to probably get worse and worse.
yeah,
Yeah, it's just like kind of like unfortunate, but we can't have it both ways, right? We're like loving the game every day now, like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I mean, there's like literally every day there are games now. The sad thing is they're looking more and more, I think, at American sports
yeah.
where it's all about money and they capitalize everything is like time so that you're done paying for that, now pay for this. It's just constantly like all about money, and I think we're going to see the sport getting more and more commercialized. We're already seeing it in the last 5-10 years. I think it's only going to get worse. But real quick, let's get back to the game over here. Final predictions over here. So first of all, let's do a lineup. Who's starting
That's
for United? You do
that's that,
United.
that's what I was going to say. Actually, that the one key player for this game is the United keeper, I think.
Yeah, who's it
He
gonna be?
Lemmers.
You think so? Okay. So he's
So
set now, you think? Okay.
uh, it would be unfair to not play him. I think after his
Isn't it unfair to Altai too?
no,
I
because
mean, I guess
no,
he didn't
not,
have great
not
games.
after not after the performance that he showed in the last game. I think the
Yeah,
fans would
probably. Like
expect
you
him
had
to
your
be.
chance, kid.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
kind
so.
of a deal. Yeah, that's fair.
So I think that he will be one of the key players there, and his performance uh, will be affecting the defensive line as well.
Yeah.
Are we trusting this guy, or is he another Onana or Altai? Because most of the problems that we are facing is that nobody trusts the keeper. Nobody.
Yeah.
So I think a few things that he has done last week, good wrists, a couple of very good reaction saves. So yeah, I think he deserved uh, to be in Anfield. So I'll start with the keeper
Okay.
there. Um, I think well, Fernandez and Casemiro, they're sort of in the midfield. I think we will be probably starting with Mount again, and up top will be Sheshko, who they both scored last week, didn't they? So I think Amorim feels like he's definitely finding the ideal combination there, especially up top. Dorgu, I don't know. If well, I don't know any of the new ones because I don't know how they were chosen. I know United has an extensive scouting network, but
So we
how
hear,
much?
yeah.
Yeah, so we hear how much difference is between the players that we have sold and tried to get rid of with obscene salaries and
Yeah.
the ones that we bring in. I don't see any difference, to be honest. Not a huge difference. These were not useful, so we are getting really good players. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, we
they
talked about
came
this. I mean,
in.
look at all the guys who left. Like, look at Hoylands and like McTominay
Yeah.
and stuff. Like, they're like flourishing. And mind you, I don't know if part of that is they're going to an easier league. It's like, you were playing it at, you were playing FIFA world class, kind of struggling, and then you go one level down, you're smashing everybody. So I don't know if
Mhm.
that's what it is, or like we talked about this before, it's just the environment and the system. The pieces just don't work, and a fresh starts on top of that kind of like
Yeah,
propels the
I,
guy to
I
play
think
a lot better.
I think they're all relieved and happy to get out
Yeah.
of the United chaos. That's what I think. But it's the same with Fenerbahce, isn't it? I mean, have you seen the Diego Carlos um, performance?
Yes.
Como, for example. I mean, he couldn't sort of he couldn't stand up, for God's sake. I
He
mean,
could not. But having said that, I don't think like we were patient enough, and I think that was like a Mourinho casualty more than anything else.
yeah, exactly. But there you go. I mean, that's the thing with United happening with United at the moment. I think we will have Dalo again,
Okay.
and
You said Delict and Maguire, right?
yeah, Delect and Maguire. Although we started with Euro last time, although Fernandez doesn't like him
Yeah.
anymore.
Does he have Fernandez's blessing?
Because we started with Euro and then Maguire came in afterwards, and I think uh, the minute he came in, he actually gave the ball away, and Lemmers made a brilliant save. So that's the thing. I think Euro would be a better choice. I don't know if he's going to be more. This guy is experienced, or Fernandez will say, "I don't want to see him in this team," or that sort of thing. I don't know who's running the club anymore. So my choice would be Euro, but I feel we'll start with Maguire because of the he's more used to the atmosphere bullshit.
Yeah. I think I would rather see Maguire back there.
Yeah, I'm sure you do.
Right? Yeah. Did you see? I don't know. Like, I saw a couple of news. I haven't seen the end of it that they're looking to renew Maguire's contract.
Yeah, that's it.
All right.
Our very own Mert Hakan, to be honest, we have the same one in Fenerbahce. I mean, all of you guys that sort of say how the family got so divided on this Premier League thing. Uh, I think we are living. I'm talking to all the other Manchester United fans that I know here. We are living exactly what Fenerbahce is living because I mean almost to the weeks that uh, that
Yeah, a
happened.
lot of common
The manager
characters, unfortunately.
changes and the chaos of managers coming in and out, all the silly transfers, hopeful starting of seasons. Especially this season, it's all the same because Fenerbahce, for a change, didn't start the season very hopeful, and United didn't either. Uh,
I was gonna say that's probably been one difference though. Like I think even when United fans started the seasons with hope in the last, I don't know, like 5 seasons, let's say,
Yeah.
right? The hope was maybe we'll compete for Champions League. It was never
No,
we're
that's
going to
correct.
win the title, right? It
Correct.
was like you never know, but like everybody was like a good season would have been a Champions League qualification. So that's not really the normal levels of hopefulness.
The most, yeah, no, the most funny thing would be that United wins the championship again before Arsenal do. So that would be a very painful thing for the Arsenal fans, I think.
Okay, I'll probably go for the lineup. I don't know about depends on if Konate is healthy, I guess, but I'm okay with Konate or Gomez. You can know that probably Bradley on the right. I still think it will be Kirkes on the left. And then I think you do Soboslai, Gravenberg, and Wirtz in the middle. And then you do Mo, Ikitike, and Gakpo up top. I just don't know. McAllister, I don't know if he came. I don't think he even came on. Mind you, they were playing Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like an exhausting game. So maybe it's better to get those minutes. But I know those guys in South America like always come a lot later. So if anything, I would think McAllister would come off the bench. I would like to see Jones come off the bench as well, because I think you need that in midfield. You just gotta beat him in midfield. Yeah, I mean Jimbo says, yeah, it always, I mean it is, and that's another thing. Like, normally, even when, I mean, there have been some blowouts in the last couple of years, the 4-0, the 5-0 and stuff like that. But Ikitike Isak Salah, says Bob. And I like that. I just don't see it. Like, I don't mind it. I just don't see it. The Dutch connection, and Gakpo had a good international break. I think he starts over there over Ikitike, and that kind of gives you Isak to be able to come off the bench. Because, yeah, I mean, Isak, I only saw him like in action for like 10-15 minutes in the second Sweden game. And I mean, Sweden looks so, I mean, Sweden was basically attacking. They kept loading it up. And I think they were playing Kosovo and they were just defending for life.
Sweden is bottom of their group.
Yes, that's a shocker, by the way.
It is a shocker, but I think they are coming up from with the playoffs. In any case, from the Nations League. That is why they are so comfortable with this.
Oh, are they really? Is that one of the patches of the Nations League?
Yeah, I think so, because there are 12 second place teams plus 4 from the Nations League, which makes up the 16. So there's a gimmick there for Sweden, I think.
I did not know that. I did not know. I mean, the Nations League and stuff. What a joke all this
I
stuff
know.
is. Bob says, Slot said Isak preseason is over. I mean, I want to. My only fear with Isak and Mo at the same time is the pressing. And I think this is a United team that you want to press, win the ball up top, score.
Yeah.
And then just
definitely.
Like if you have Maguire back there and stuff, just press the hell out of him, force a mistake. Casemiro and that whole team is error prone. Like right in the middle there, they're error prone. So the guy in the middle, if he's a good presser like a Ikitike, is a smart presser. I think you win the ball up top, you go score with Wirtz and stuff, and then it's an easier game. And then you can pull like Isak and stuff like that. So, yeah, the Gak, but that's why that front three, I think that's why if we're missing Diaz, I don't think we're missing him attacking wise. We're missing him like defending wise. That one about our first European team to qualify.
No, I don't think they give a Flyers thing.
Yeah, I think that's part of it.
League, that's.
I'm sure they do, but I don't know. It's not the same. And yeah, it's going to be interesting now that Turkey is in the top group in that Nations League. There's going to be massacres every week. We're going to feel sorry that we went up there in the first place. But that's probably my line up there. I am putting Gakpo in there just because of the. I think Slot likes Gakpo, whether we like it or not. Maybe it's the Dutch connection or whatever it is. So, and I'm going with a 3-1 Timucin special win.
Okay,
for my prediction.
Okay, I'll just say this: we will score 2.
Okay.
If it's going to be 2-all or 2-1 to us, I don't know. I'll probably go for 2-all.
Okay, which is I think the last couple of games, right?
Yeah, yeah. Couple of
Uh,
games or just the last game.
no, there was like a hold on, let me pull it up real quick. I was looking at it earlier that there is a couple of 2-2s I thought I saw like towards the end. Yeah, because we had last season's game away. That was a 2-2. And then last season the Anfield game was 2-2. And
That
then we
the
all
one that,
know the Old Trafford game where we had
I
the
know we
American
do.
Scouser petting zoo in Chicago, and we watched our boys smash United 3-0 away.
3-0. That's correct. I think that's the one was Ahmad scoring the last minute, was it?
That one is the
We
FA
were
Cup.
watching that with Tuna. Yeah, that's it.
That's the
Tuna.
FA Cup game. That was the one. That was FA Cup. In the Premier League, really, you guys have not won at Anfield. I was looking at it. It's like it's been ages. I think it said something like Pogba has left, come back, went, and stuff like that since like
All
the
right.
last time you guys won at Anfield and stuff. But and there's some like nice scores in there, like the 4-2, 5-0, 4-0, 7-0, and then last year's 3-0. So yeah, I mean I think so too. That's why I'm going with the 3-1. I don't know if it's a comfortable 3-1 or like a 2-1 that becomes a 3-1 towards the end to seal the deal and stuff like that. So let's hope for the former for me and my cardiologist preference, but we'll go with that. What is your so you're going with the 2-2?
2-2, correct.
Okay, 2-2.
But
Last two.
I would definitely say we will be scoring two. That's why I said the keeper performance will be. I'm looking at a similar performance from Altay against Arsenal. Remember that game? Altay was saving everything, including a
Oh,
penalty.
so you're hoping for that.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't
I
like I
think
said. I
we
don't
will
even
be.
know. I haven't watched this kid at all. Like because I didn't see the United's last week game either, so I haven't
Mm.
seen him at all to know. And we'll see what happens. Is this his first away game?
It's his second game only there.
Yeah.
So
So
yes, it is.
like, let's see how he does Anfield when he's in front of the cup and stuff like that too. Chris, I like how you're thinking, man. Let's hope so. Let's hope so. But that'll be it for us today. The morning show is back next week, starting on Monday with the Polish Prince. I'll be on here, so hopefully we'll be talking about the win more than anything else, aside from our usual craziness. And then we'll be back to our regular morning schedule there. So look for the weekend on our socials. We'll announce everything in terms of how we're going to go forwards. And then, yes, good luck to your boys. Hopefully, when we meet here next week, I'll be
Hopefully,
smiling.
we
You'll be
will be
crying.
meeting here last week and not running away from the program. I
To
have
be
too much.
fair, we had the international games and stuff this week. We actually did a live watch along and stuff like that too. So, like, yeah, we've been kind of like busy with Turkey's games because for finally Turkey had a good international break. So
Yeah.
there's that over there. But hey, Chris, Kevin, Bob, Jimbo, thanks a lot for hopping on. The AC Milan guy, Josh, as well earlier on. Hit the thumbs up, like, subscribe, and all that kind of good stuff. And we'll be back next week. Have a great weekend, guys. Let's go beat these Manx for fuck's sakes.